Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. So in today's video I'm going to show you how we can draw different perspective of a leaf. I have already created one video in the past wherein I have shown you different perspective of leaf, but that time the leaf shape was different. In this one I'm going to use different shape of leaf, and I'm going to use pencil to draw things, and then we can trace things with the help of pen also. So the shape is more like this particular one, having one pointed end and a broader leaf. So something like this you can choose for this particular video. Either you can keep the edges smooth, or else you can add a little bit serration in it, like fine serration around the edges or zigzag pattern around the edges, or else you can do some extra fun for the serration part, like some big serration and fine serration. So something like this you can do. You can choose any type of leaf, whatever you like to, but I'm going to go with the second one, and then you can add some leaf vine as well in between, like lines, fine lines around the leaf. So let me trace all the three leaves quickly so that we can see things clearly. So this is the first version, this is the second version wherein we have a little bit of serration around the edges, and I'm going to use this particular leaf for today's video. And then the third one is more like heavy serration in between and light serration around other area. You can create one midline and then some vines and lines to complete this particular leaves. Now you can choose any. I'm going to choose this one, the second one. Now this is itself a one perspective wherein we are seeing the leaf from front. Now I'm keeping same structure, but this one is more tilted towards the right side. You can keep this one towards the left side also, like tilted towards the left side. So something like this you can do and create many more perspective of leaves. But today I'm going to concentrate leaves only in one direction. So I'm going to go with the leaf tilted towards the right side. So let me trace this, create a zigzag pattern around the edges and adding some vines in between. Vines mean all these fine detailing into the leaves. I am calling it vine, so don't be confused with other vines. So I don't want this particular structure as of now, which is tilted towards the left side, because I want to show you all the leaves in one direction, that is tilted towards the right side. So let's do one more perspective. So create again the basic structure of leaf. I'm keeping the edges smooth, but then we can add serration later. Now this one is the middle line, right? Now I want to keep it folded, like half of the leaf is folded and close to each other. So that's why I'm creating two more lines in between. This is like the smaller version of same kind of leaf. Now we don't need these two lines, the middle one and the last one. So let me rub these two lines. We are seeing this kind of structure, right? You can add smooth edges at one side. This is considered at middle line, you can say, and then add serration around the edges. So this is folded pattern, and because of serration in the leaf you can see what is going on clearly. Now because this one is folded, we can see all these lines, but in this particular direction, like going from center to upward direction for both sections. As per your leaf folds, you need to do all these things. Even while serrating your leaves, you can keep the serration in one direction as per your perspective of the leaves. Now let me create third one. So third one is also like folded pattern only, but not very closed like second one, but we are not able to see the middle line, so quite close to each other. So again create two lines in between close to each other. You can keep the serration intact also, it's totally fine, because anyways we are going to do it. And then rub the last line, because again this is folded pattern. We have smooth edge at one end because of folded pattern again, and then serration at both the other lines. And likewise we have created a new perspective different than the second one. This is more open as compared to the second one. And then you can add lines as per your leaf perspective. So the second one and the third one is almost same. The only difference is the third one is more open as compared to the second one. Now let's talk about more perspective. So again create a basic shape of leaf with the help of pencil. So I'm doing it again. Create a middle line. Now in this one we are able to see the middle line, but again this one is folded from the middle portion. So there is fold, but not like all the leaf are folded at one side. It's not like that. This is bit folded from the center. So I am keeping the basic shape, having one fold at one side of the leaf, and then you can add serration on the another side. So wherein we are seeing the fold, we need to keep that particular area smooth, not serrated, and rest area we can have serration in it. So you can keep something like this for the basic shape. I rubbed it so many times because I was not satisfied, but you can do something like this. Then add serration at one side, add a middle line, and keep the serration as per leaf perspective. So if we have fold, then serration is different. If you do not have fold, then serration is different. So basically we should get serration in the same direction based on our perspective. And wherein we have fold, we can keep the edges smooth, and then we can add lines for extra detailing. Because we have fold in this particular area, again the vine should go in that particular direction. Now this is again a new perspective. Now let's talk about two more perspective. So again I'm keeping the basic leaf shape, middle line in it, and then I want to keep the fold in the upward direction. So I'm adding one more extra curve like this in the topmost area. You can keep this particular section little bigger, little smaller, little tilted, and create different other perspective as well, but as of now it's fine. Add serration on both the side, keeping the folded pattern intact. So we don't need any serration in the folded pattern, and then add serration because this is folded towards inward direction, right? So we should have serration on that area, and then you can add vine as per your leaf perspective. So accordingly you can do the same thing for other area of the leaf as well, like we do for other leaves. Now let me rub all the unwanted pencil mark. Now this one is in the middle, this one is in the upward direction. Now let me create one more having fold in the lower direction. So again I'm creating the basic shape, and then I want to keep a fold in the lower portion. So I'm adding one more structure like this. You can keep the width of the leaf little bit inside if you want to, or else you can keep it like that also, it's totally fine. And then add a smooth edge because we have fold here. Add serration on the other area because we do not have any fold on that particular area. Now add serration in the inside line, which is more like a folded pattern. So again I'm repeating the same thing what I did for the other leaves, and all these leaves are in same direction, like tilted towards the right side, having some folds in it. Some are folded, Some are light folded, some are folded just from particular portion like upper corner, lower corner, or in the middle. So likewise you can create different other perspective, but if you change the direction, you can get the whole different perspective. You can choose in which area you want your folds. So let me create few leaves in different direction. This is more tilted towards the left side, and I'm going to keep the folded pattern on the upward area. So I'm keeping one fold here, and then let me create one more, again tilted towards left side, creating a middle line. This is more on one side. So basically I'm creating the same structure inside the leaf and removing the upper line. And then again create the same kind of structure, then create the middle line and again create a smaller leaf in the center. So basically we have one line in the center and then two leaf kind of shape, one inner, one outer. Then rub the last line. When you do these steps, you can get the proper proportion of the leaf. So that's why I'm doing like this. Otherwise you can directly draw this particular structure. Now one is the middle line and one is the folded pattern. So keep the middle line smooth like this, and then add serration in the top line and the bottom line to create leaf. Again we have folded pattern, that's why we have smooth edges, because the serration is in the middle, because this one is the folded one. Now this one is totally folded, so we are not able to see the middle line of the leaf. So that's why we have serration on first two line and smooth line like this. And then in this one we have one folded pattern at the base of the leaf, so we can create something like this. So I have changed the direction of the serration as per leaf perspective, and likewise we have created only this much perspective, but you can create so many other different perspective by following all these rules. Also make sure we should have lines in the leaves in the exact direction. So you should not do the opposite line in the folded pattern. You can take a real leaf also just for the demonstration purpose and try by your own and draw all these things and add all the leaf lines like this. And we are done with all the perspective for today's video. If you want, you can add some extra vines in between to get some extra detailing of leaves. Also you can keep the folded pattern in a different way. So if you are using watercolor, you can choose a different shade of green for the folded pattern, but as we are drawing, I'm adding some cross lines. This process is called cross hatching. So I'm cross hatching those folded patterns so that we can get different shade through our drawing itself. So I'm repeating the same thing for all the folded pattern that we have around the leaves. And I think we are done with today's video. So hope you have liked this video. Please do let me know if you have any kind of feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching my videos. See you guys in the next video.